Hello, this is your boy Bhavik. Welcome to my channel by Encoder, and today we will make this to-do list application work. So it will be at the end of this video. It will be something like this. So you can add any task. You can hit enter or add it. You can check and check it, delete it, and if you add something really big, then if you check it, it will go shrink to 2 lines. So let's get to work. Here we are on the VS Code. Here I have added linked the JavaScript file to the HTML. Now the thing we need to do is get this button. I have given it an ID of button, and then create a const which will be add button is equals to document dot get element by ID, and then pass in the ID, which is the button here. Semicolon, and then add button dot event listener. We'll say add an event listener, and which the event listener should be click, and on the click we will add the quotes, and then do something so we will create a function, and a function with a e parameter. And then the first thing we need to do is not restart the page every time we click on this. So e dot prevent default, and then now we can go forward and do all that stuff, adding and all. So what we have to do is take the text from this input. So we will copy the class name, say constant, or we will take it outside, make it global. So let's say input that is equals to document dot query selector, and then pass in dot and then our class name, because if you are using a class name in the query selector, you need to give dot. So now the next thing we need to fetch is the div which this task are in. So the task is under this div, and then we will fetch it just like we did for the input. Instead we will give it a name of task box, and then class name task box. So now we need to create a new task to do, and then for that we will say create a new constant that will be new task is equals to document dot create element, and the element should be a div. As you can see, it is a div, with a class to do, so we will give it a class to do. So new task dot class list dot add to do. And then the inner HTML should be something. Instead of quotes, we will give this, I don't remember what do you call it, but it is under the escape button on your keyboard. So why am I giving the inner HTML? We can even create different elements right here and then keep on adding them. So that will be a good practice. So constant, we'll just copy this to be quick. We'll say the h1 tag. It is not h1, it is h3 tag. And then the next one will be check. What am I calling it here? Done. Okay, so done, and then done and trash. Okay, so done and trash are divs, and the h3 will be obviously h3. And now we'll say h3 dot inner HTML is equals to we'll say input dot value. Okay, input dot value. So the h3 will be the h3 here will be now the text inside here, and then the done, the inner HTML of done should be this. So done dot inner HTML is equals to and trash dot inner HTML is equals to, let's copy this, and instead of check we'll say trash. It is trash, right? It is trash, yeah. So done, and now one by one we will append these three things to this new task. So new task dot append child, and we will say h3, copy this, duplicate this 3 times, here done, and then the trash, correct alignment. So this should do, and then we will append it in the task box. The new task should be added into the task box. So dot append child inside the parentheses task box. So this should work. So I can say hello and then add it. This is the problem. So oh wow, we added the trash box to the trash box. That was funny. So we say hello, add it, here we go. That is nice. We are adding new task, but this looks kind of bad. We will fix it because we didn't give these class names to both of them. So let's give them the task name, sorry, the class names. So done dot class name is equals to, and delete let's say trash dot class name is equals to delete. So that should be good. So hello, and here it is. This looks nice and better. So now we need to check uncheck and delete. So we will do this in the same function. We will not create different ones for them. So we'll say done dot, as we did here, we'll add a new action listener, 2 dots. Okay, add event listener, and the event should be click, and a new function with e as the parameter. Now what e will help us here, that from the e, what we can do is take the parent element of, find the parent element of the task, okay, the clicked thingy. So let's say e dot target dot parent element, and we will save it in a constant will be parent, we'll say par, and I forgot the equals to sign. Now what we'll do is par dot class list dot add, we'll say dot add, that will say done task. So we'll go in this style.css file now, and at the bottom we'll say we will create a new class, that is done task, making make sure that the class name is same, you didn't mess up. And then now we can say opacity should get to 0.3. so add one, can see we will remove these default ones. Now we can do that, we will remove those defaults. So add one, now it will fade it, and as you if you will click, there is a problem. If you will click exactly on the tick mark, it will take the parent element, which is this div itself, the done div, and then it will give it a opacity of 0.5. so we don't need to do that. Instead of that, what we can do is, let's say the I tag inside done and delete should not have any pointer events. None. What that means is now the pointer events means anything you do, anything you click will not work, or will not work for this. Okay, so you can add anything, and what that means is whenever you click on this, it does not do anything, it does not take any click inputs. So this will happen. So to slow that process down, what we can do is we'll say in the for the to do, did I drag it? So transition that will be 500 milliseconds. That will be slow, I think. Here it is, and we will say ease in, is out, ease in, not ease out. So ease in. So hello, if you add it, you can check it now. It is pretty slow, so let's make it 2. And whenever you click it, you want the width to be decreased. Width should be, so default width of the to-do list is this. So let's paste it as it is. Now the minimum width should be, it is 50, so let's make it 48, and let's make it 88. So add something and then check it, it will get smaller. So that's nice. And then we also want it to be unchecked, and as you can see, as here on the page, let me open the page. If you add something and then check it, you see this strike, this cut, whatever you call it, I don't know. So for that we will say that text not transform, the text decoration should be line through. Okay, we call it line through, I remember I did. And not just for, we just want it for the h3 tag, not for these. It considers those I tags as text. So remove this from here, and we will grab the h3 tags inside the done task. So here it is, just for the h3 now. And we even need to uncheck it, so we'll say we will create a if else statement. So if condition will be if class list dot contains, and it should contain this. If it contains done, if it does not contains done task, then add done task, else remove done task. So hello, here we are, let's go. It works really fine, really good. And then what we will, the next thing should be, and did you see something? Whenever you click on this, it does not go blank. So for that, what we will do is we can say the input dot value, as soon as you take set the inner HTML, input dot value is equals to empty. Nice. So whenever you add something, it disappears here. Okay, That's nice. And then as we did for the done button, we will do the same for the trash button. Go for the trash button, and here what we will say is we will create a new thing as we did here, and then now we'll give it some space and say remove, and for this we need, as you can see, whenever I click here it goes to the right side and it rotates something like 90 degrees or something. So want it to translate x, that will be 50%. So 50%, we can give it a 30% of width. Whoa, that should not happen. Why it is going with this button too? Okay, we did it the same thing. Okay, that was silly. Okay, we will give it a remove, say something, add it, and it goes there. And then we also need it to rotate 90 degree. So it goes like this. So instead of 30 we'll give it a 40. Goes like this, and then we need the opacity to go like nothing to think. We need it to go 0. Say hi, and then delete it. It loops out. So let's increase the time. Add it. Click it. Okay, that's working. But what the problem is, even if it transforms, even if it transforms, it occupies the space, means it is still there, just it has moved and it has given the opacity as 0. So for that, you know this. So for this, we'll say parameter. We will add a new action listener to it. Add action listener, and the action should be transitioned in a function. Create a function containing e. We didn't need e. We don't need e, but still. Wait, we don't need it for this. Say for the input, for the new task, we need it for the new task. When it is finished transitioning, oh wait. So okay, I was wrong. Okay, we still have the parent, we don't need to worry. So var dot remove just remove it. We need some parentheses and let's try it here. Hello. And if I delete it, it goes and then disappears. Means it gets removed. Okay, got it. That was good enough. So you can now add some of them. If you delete, goes. As you can see, if I click the button, even if I not typed in anything, it still adds it. So instead of putting this all in the if tag, if statement, sorry, we can do is create a if statement here and input dot value. If input dot value is not equals to empty, what you have to do is append, or don't append, just leave it, don't worry. So add high, it goes. Oh, why didn't it add it? Okay, get it here. Okay, oh, we did it here. So instead of doing it here, we can do it after the child is appended. So we say hi, it adds, and if I don't type in anything, it does not add it. So can delete it, and still a problem. If you add so many things in here, it will overflow and just it looks pretty bad. So what we can do is, for the task box, the height max height is equals to 60% of the height, is 60 VH. We remove some of them, and then overflow y should be hidden. And now here we are. Even if you have, okay, we don't have more, it will hide it, but we don't want to hide it, we will give it a scroll. So here we have a scroll, but this scroll looks kind of ugly. So what we will do is say scroll WebKit scroll bar and say width to get 0. So we don't see the scroll bar now, but you can still scroll it with your scroll button on your mouse or with up and down arrow keys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and bye.